I want to remind you that violence is not part of the ups and downs in a relationship. It's better to be single than be in a relationship that makes you feel lonely, that makes you feel alone. Forcing it, led to a disaster, a recipe for an actual disaster. Most importantly, I would say pray about it. Somebody is going to love you fully. It exists. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my pretty face, you're welcome to the family. My name is Opeyemi Ogunleye, and on here I share content based on lifestyle, commentary, vlogs, advice, girl chit chat, whatever you want. Just mention, we have it all assorted for you. Please make sure to like, comment, share, do all that fun stuff. Thank you guys so much. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you struggle to find love and might actually never find it, and really just dive into why people suffer emotionally because of this reason. So let's get right into it. So if this is a video that speaks to you, that you want to learn more about, stay with me as I identify the steps you need to realize and work on. Let's get right into it. Number one thing in the room when it comes to people struggling to find love and why they might not get it at all is because you are desperate. Yes, like desperation breeds a lot of negativity. Desperation is you now wanting to settle for just anything that looks like love, that has the illusion of love, that mimics love. And so even when you know that this is not love, this is not how one should be loved, this is not how you should be treated, this is not how someone that claims to love you should behave towards you or even towards others, you accept it because you're like, well, it's better than nothing. No, that is absolutely wrong. Like, it is actually much better to be alone and actually enjoy your life, and love would come to you than you being desperate and just going for anybody that comes your way and tells you sweet things and promises you the world, because actions really speak louder than voice. Like, it is very normal to feel lonely. It is very normal to want to be loved by somebody's son or somebody's daughter, if it applies, right? But like, settling for just anybody anyhow is not the way to go. You will keep begging for love, you will keep suffering for it emotionally. Like, you just don't want to be that person that is trying to live up to the expectation or validation of others. Like, well, at least I have a partner, well, at least I have somebody. Is it really about just having somebody, but having somebody that loves you, that respects you, that adores you, that spoils you, that thinks highly of you, that holds you in high regard, than being with somebody that is not like in that category at all. It's just there. Again, people would feed off your desperation. If somebody knows, oh, you're so desperate for these things, they will get away with so many bad things that you should never have even allowed, in the first place. Like, you let them trample on you, you let them take advantage of you, and you leave yourself scarred, because at the end of the day, you're not even going to get any love whatsoever. You just get breadcrumbs, or even the barest of the barest minimum. And yeah, I feel like this is something that a lot of people struggle with. It is very much okay. Let's normalize being single. Let's normalize being alone. It doesn't mean you are lonely, right? I believe it is better to be single than be in a relationship that makes you feel lonely, that makes you feel alone. Like, it is way much better. You have peace of mind, you don't have headaches, you're not confused, like, you have a clear thinking thought process. So yeah, like, just relax, take it easy on yourself, and let love naturally find its way to you. Second reason why you might not find love or you might not experience true love is because you believe true love doesn't exist, you believe love doesn't exist. You feed into the negativity of what society has portrayed, what media has portrayed love to be. You believe everybody's going to cheat, men are all scumbags, there's no any good woman left on earth. And you keep feeding into all of these narratives, and it makes you keep having that strained belief when it comes to love. And when you don't really believe in something, how do you expect it to actually work or manifest into your life? Like, people that are actually looking for love, energy reads also, right? There's also something called aura and energy. Like, you don't believe something can be yours. You don't believe you can be in an healthy relationship. You don't believe you can be loved, right? You don't believe you'll meet your dream partner. You don't believe experience the qualities you want in a lover, in somebody, and yet you crave this. You have to first do away with that mindset. You have to first of all have a great, healthy definition of what love is to you, what a good partner is to you, and not be bothered by whatever society thinks is true. Because trust me, there are a lot of people that are in bad marriages, yes, but there are also people that have great marriages, and unfortunately some of them do not really care about bringing how great their relationship is online. Of course, we have few cases of people coming to say marriage is the best thing that has happened to them. So as much as you feed into the bad news, you feed into the negative part, of what people are doing with their partners, or what relationships, dysfunctionality looks on social media. Also find ways to actually search up people that have great marriages, watch interviews of people that have good marriages, that are people that have good partners, that people that they are in love with their partner, like over the years, that they've been in a good relationship. Not saying a good relationship is perfect. Yes, to have its own flaws, because nobody is perfect, but at least it's not going to be a toxic one. So for me, I would tell you that have a good mindset of what love is, and believe love is real, and believe what you want in a person is out there. Because trust me, the way you want something is the way another person also wants to meet a good person. So why not retrain your mind, refresh your memory of what love is and should be, and shun all the other noises or other people's bad relationship. It's not your relationship. Someone else's bad relationship is not what defines what yours is going to look like. So erase that mindset about biases of who you think men are, or who you think men can be, or how they show up in relationship. And have good thoughts, and eventually you're going to meet somebody with a mindset that fits yours perfectly. The third reason why you struggle to find love, or might never find love, is because you lack self-love. I mean, when we talk about self-love, it's quite broad. It's a quite topic to discuss. Self-love is not really just about things you have, your achievements, what you've done, and all of that. It really has a lot to do with self-perception, your mindset. And I would say that with self-love, when you actually love yourself, you have boundaries, you have values, you have standards that you uphold yourself to, that you live by, that you stand by. And yes, like with this, nobody can just walk into your life and just take from you, take your goodness, take your love, take your kindness, right? You would respect yourself enough to know when something is not love. But you see, when you lack self-love, you're going to literally allow just anybody come into your life and tell you who you are, what you're not, bring you down and all of those things. But if you know who you are, you will know not to settle for a bad partner. You will know not to be with a toxic partner. You know when to walk away. You know when your boundaries are being, stepped on, when you are being triggered. You know when something is no longer serving you peace. Because when you deny yourself of peace, you do not love yourself. When you deny yourself of actual love than chaos from people, when you keep staying and saying to yourself, yeah, everybody has their flaws, I want to remind you that violence is not part of the ups and downs in a relationship. Cheating is a part of the ups and downs in a relationship. And so many people have normalized these things, that yeah, it happens, sometimes this is how it works, and this is what you deserve. Excuse you, you do not deserve to be treated like trash. You deserve to be treated like somebody that should be adored, should be desired, should be respected, should be loved rightly. Like, there's a way you will love yourself, there's a way you will treat yourself, that anything that's not that would look so ugly to you, would look so unattractive to you, and you wouldn't stand a day to tolerate such. So today I will tell you, treat yourself with the highest regard. Love yourself to the highest point, that when somebody comes into your life, they compliment you, they do not complete you, right? And it will be easy for you to know what is love and what is not love, because you clearly recognize it in yourself and you know what not to accept from other people. The fourth thing I would say is, you feel like you need to work hard, you need to labor to get actual love. No, you don't. I'm going to break it to you. You do not actually need to labor for love. Like, you know what? Go about enjoying your life, go about living your best life, and let love naturally find its way to you. Sometimes, forcing things that shouldn't be to be, forcing, a guy that clearly doesn't want to commit to you, clearly doesn't want to be loyal, clearly doesn't want to be responsible and mature, for a committed relationship, is not going to, do you any good. Let love find you. When people actually want something, there's a different energy, there's a different way, there's a different pattern they come across and they come to you with. They are ready, and that is why you see a guy in the next 3 months of meeting, 6 months, is ready to get married to you, is ready to, move to that next stage, because that's what you want. So don't force it. People that actually want this thing do exist, and they're also looking for it. So don't think you have to be stuck in a bad relationship, you have to be in that toxic relationship just because you think you have to fight for love. No, there are some things that are worth fighting for, but there's a thin line between knowing when to let something go and also when something is worth fighting for. What is not worth fighting for, I can tell you, is domestic violence. You can't really change a person from being a bad person to being a good person. Like, I don't want to believe you think somebody that abuses you emotionally, mentally, physically is in love with you. No, 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 no. Like, someone that is intentionally trying to create hurt and harm towards you. Like, I mean, we're not all perfect, we all have where we fall short at, but like, there are some things that are non-negotiable, that should be non-negotiable for you. You do not have to labor for love. Love will find you at its time. Let it run its natural course. As cliche as it sounds, but love comes when you least expect it, when you're no longer looking, when you're no longer desperate, when you're no longer waiting and accepting just anybody into your life. It will come. Go about enjoying your life, go about living your life to the fullest, and when it comes, oh my goodness, you would know that it was worth, just relaxing yourself and not stressing about it. It would come at the right time, trust me, it would. I'll speak a little on that. I've been in a situation where, I was forcing love to happen because I felt it wasn't happening to me. Forcing it, led to a disaster, a recipe for an actual disaster that happened. And, when I, let all of that go, and, I'm just, not worried, not stressing, not actively laboring for it and whatnot. It happened, naturally, and I did not expect it. So these things do happen. It happened to me, and your case is not going to be different. It can also happen to you today, tomorrow, this minute. You never know. Then my fifth and very last point, which I think some people might, not find encouraging, but are you open to finding love in different other like forms and ways? Here's what I mean. I do not really know if everybody in life would find that romantic love connection that they desire, but love could come in different forms. It could come with family, it could come with community, it could come in your ambition, it could come in your career, it could come in your project, it could come in best friends. It could come in different ways in achieving your goals. I don't think there's one way to experience love. I think love can, come in different ways. I mean, there are different type of love, and maybe like that is not for you. And I'm not saying this to discourage anybody, but like maybe it is self love, right? Maybe it is going after your dreams. Maybe it is doing great things, and people loving you for it, and people coming to you for it. Maybe it is actually helping people, maybe it is actually, sacrificing for others. It could come in different ways, I believe. And love is not necessarily tied to a particular way or style. You could have all of this and still have a romantic partner, a romantic connection, not to discourage anybody. But yeah, like, because I see it like, there are some people that they wouldn't have children in this life. There are some people that they wouldn't get married. There are some people that they wouldn't have the right lifestyle they wish and all of that. And does that make them unfortunate? I don't think so. I just think, life comes in different ways, in different, patterns. And, everybody cannot experience life in one way. I don't know if this makes sense, but like, this is how I just see it right now. And yeah, in all, I would say, do not give up on love, and do not beg for it. Do not be desperate for it. It would come, and most importantly, I would say pray about it. Exactly what you want is out there in somebody, and somebody is also looking for exactly the kind of person you are, your characteristics, your qualities. Somebody's going to love every part of you. Someone's going to love the imperfect you, the good and the bad, your flaws. Like, somebody's going to love you fully. And yeah, it exists. As someone who is currently experiencing this, I believe love is really kind. Love is not selfish, and love is not envious, and love is beautiful. And when you do find the person, yeah, you know that it was worth, waiting for. And yeah, just be patient, and see God, try God, write everything down, because I believe in the power of writing things down. Write everything down, pour your heart to God, and don't go about looking for your gentleman. Just have faith that it's going to happen when it should happen, right? And yeah, I hope today's video has brought you some clarity on when it comes to finding love. Please do make sure to give this video a like, comment, subscribe, do all that great stuff, and tell me your views. Drop in the comment section. Let's continue this conversation on finding love, and share anything you like to add as an addition, or your experience. If you would like to share, feel free to drop in the comment section. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that great stuff, and see you guys in my next video.
Music is the reason why I stay.